Are you recording? Ah!
Can you hold this, please? If you could hold it about 2 or 3 inches from your mouth, if that's okay.
Okay, there. Great. Who's the prettiest? Who should I look at?
That way. Yeah.
So that you have
The legal definition of a foot.
Do we have permission because we're students? No, we're not. Okay.
As we walked and we lingered on by the river, they just kind of came up to us, you know, saying that we can't take pictures although it's a public footpath.
When they told us we couldn't take photos, but there was nothing forceful or malicious. But it seems strange why you can't film from public land something that's private. I don't understand the logic behind that. I guess they probably say it's because of on grounds of like terrorism or something like that. We were filming across the canal, and the other side of the canal was the Olympic Park, and we were told we're not allowed to do that. Yeah, which just, I don't know, I'm curious why that has to be the case, because it's almost like you can't expect to have something as large as the Olympics and have a development as big as the Olympic Park and not have people interested in taking photos of it.
And filming are noted.
They're not allowed to do that. No filming inside. It's outside.
When they stopped us from filming or from lingering, I guess it was just protocols. They didn't really explain further, nor did, I guess we didn't assume that an explanation was needed. We just thought that it's for security reasons, which is the standard answers, the standard instructions that they give. Please do not, you know, film here, photograph here. They just came over to us, say no filming allowed, and then they walked off, and then we just stood there more, because really they can't do anything, they can't arrest us, it's public space, you know, they can't stop us from seeing.
And that's just because there's some equestrian events in about half of the park and some cross-country running, but they're denying the public access to all events, which is interesting. They only allow boats up the canal 2 times per day if you book with the, I guess, the Coast Guard or the River Authority. You have to tell them exactly when you want to make your passage, and they have to escort you. So I think that's what we're seeing. We're just seeing bits of London shutting down because of the games, but which might not be a bad thing. I mean, it's probably in the public interest insofar as it's protecting us from potential terrorist threats. I'm assuming that's the only excuse. But
the alert has been on a high level for a couple of years now. They believe that there are legitimate fears of terrorism, which is quite true and quite scary. It has happened before in this country.
That's the thing, it's a security thing on the one hand, and it's a kind of encroaching on your civil liberties on the other hand. It's up to you to make your mind up how important you think one is versus the other.
But I think business has encroached on it, if you understand that.
Apparently the year 2012 has been copyrighted, the Olympic rings have been copyrighted.
I think that the sponsorship is inappropriate for sport, and I really believe that politics and money are so intertwined that it muddies the water as regards the Olympic ideal.
I kind of get the impression, in a cynical way from the people I've spoken to, that it's less about the people and less about the general public in London, and more about kind of the, shall I say, the money makers, which covers quite a broad spectrum of people, like the sponsors and the corporations that have been involved in the delivery.
As a sport event, it should be like part of a culture of a mankind culture to be preserved. Who are these events meant to? Is it for the athletes? If it's for the people? If it's for us? Like, who gets the benefit from this? As it involves lots of money, lots of people involved, lots of corporations, it's a question that it's meant to be asked.